Hi, it's Wayne Krantz. I just want to play this song Jeff Beck that I wrote actually as a submission for a Jeff Beck record. And it didn't make the record, unfortunately. So I recorded it myself and just decided to use his name as the title, because that was kind of the inspiration. It's basically a blues, really. I don't know what kind of blues. I never analyzed it, but that I can kind of hear the blues changes going by behind this stuff that I came up with. It's basically built around this riff. That's kind of the driving force of the tune. And like all songs that I write, if the guitar part is written, which it is in the songs, there's a bass part that's written too. So the bass plays that and then plays off that to accommodate the chords that I wrote. It goes like this. Two, three. So yeah, the riff of this thing is obvious. This is kind of like the other tune in the sense that I talked about in an earlier lesson, in the sense that there's some melodic content happening and some chordal stuff happening. So this, off this riff, then the B phrase. Where did those come from? I just liked it. It's just a pretty sound to me. Check it out. Right, the first one was tight. That thing. Second one. Right? Then it kind of goes to the four chords, sort of, for this melodic figure. Check that out, right? More open string. I use a ton of open string in trio playing because it fills the sound out. You know, like you're trying to get the thickest possible sound because it's just three guys. So the open strings, they just ring on, you know, and it makes it very full. And plus it's slightly more modern sounding than just using block chords that don't have open strings. They can sound, like on the jazz side, it sounds like, you know, imitating Joe Pass, which good luck. And then on the rock side, that's been explored already very, very heavily. So, you know, the open string thing really helps me get different sorts of sounds that are wider. Then there's this little, this is kind of going to the five, sort of. Then there's these. Check that out. First one is just that fourth C one that we all know. But then again, that open string in the middle, two strings on the outside, I do that a disturbing amount. So much that I almost feel like not doing it anymore because I do it so much. But then, again, the same thing down a minor third. That's taking me back to D flat, which the song is in D flat, right? So 4, 1, 2, 3. Check this out. Again, more open. Check that out. Pretty, huh? And then it ends with those same triad that I started, right? So I don't know if you can kind of hear the blues thing happening, but it's definitely got a part where it's kind of on the 1, and then it kind of goes to the 4, and then the 5. So yeah, even though that the song is, you know, sort of loosely a blues kind of form in a way, like I say, I'm not sure exactly how, but I just sort of hear that in there. The reason it doesn't sound like that so much is because, you know, I allow myself to get away from what the straight idea of what a blues should sound like is, right? That's what determines whether or not we kind of play by the rules of a genre or an idiom or not. And because I'm my own band leader, I can do whatever I want. That's the beauty of it. That doesn't mean anybody's going to like it or pay me for it, but I can do it. I can do whatever I'm interested in. So in that case, you know, I'm taking this kind of idea. It's, you know, it's called Jeff Beck, for God's sake, right? Ever heard him play the blues? So you know what I'm talking about. So maybe it's appropriate that it has some kind of blues angle. But it becomes kind of an abstraction, really, with what I do, because really I allow my ear to just follow whatever it's attracted to. And if I hear one of those little cool chords that I played with the open string, and I say, wow, that's a nice balance to kind of the muscle of the tune. Because that's the problem. Tunes that are too muscular, they don't sound balanced to me. I like muscle in there. But you also have to have some beauty in there, too, just to make it a balanced picture. I mean, unless you're just going for one thing or the other, which is cool. I do that sometimes, too. But in this case, I've got this kind of, you know, harder sounding groove and harder edge to it with those sort of suspended sounding open chords. And that's just a nice mix that also kind of, you know, I could say sort of fits into my image of Jeff Beck, who plays a lot of stuff that's really not straight vocabulary within the context of straight ahead blues and rock. So it's kind of fitting, you know, for that.